This has been a very informative hearing, and I think we've all gained a great deal. In fact, all of us have gone over our time, so must mean that we're getting good information to the questions that we have received. So I thank you for that. I wanted to just ask one more quick question to you, Mr. Harju. When we're talking about partnerships and all that you're doing there with Project Tundra, you mentioned the opportunity to expand the efforts that you're focused on with other partners and looking to Alaska. Would this be through the university, or how do you structure that?
Yes, thank you for the question, Senator Murkowski. So Secretary Winberg mentioned a regional initiative
Right.
Solicitation that is out right now. And thanks to Senator Hovind's introduction to you and your introduction to some of your constituents, we're actively engaged in preparing a proposal that would broadly expand that 9-state, 4-province region that we've been working on to include your state, and what we see as some very interesting opportunities to not only build out this infrastructure and the approaches to doing CCUS projects, but also to broadly increase that geographic footprint. Thank you.
Well, I look forward to that. I think, again, there's so much that we can learn from one another, this regional approach. As you know, up north in Alaska, we've been utilizing EOR for our oil fields for decades now, and we feel that we've got some good technologies in place there with the applications that we have, how we share that with others, but also how we can look to other utilizations. It was interesting to hear that we're not only looking at application again for purposes of enhanced oil recovery, but you mentioned the prospects for cement and plastics, and we're really thinking beyond today's application, which I think is an important part of this discussion. And just a reminder that this is all moving fast. While we might be a little frustrated that we're not seeing as much coming into commercialization as quickly as we would like, because of the cost, because of the learning curve, learning the different application in different areas, I think there can be a frustration, and then you have colleagues like Senator King that are pointing to what we know our reality is with the levels of carbon that we're seeing, and what do you do? So there's a sense of urgency. So we urge you to be more creative, more nimble, more malleable as you work to build out what I think are some very exciting opportunities for us. But as you're being creative, you also need to urge us to be responsive in what role and how the government can be a better partner in all of this. I think we recognize that we're not just there with a checkbook, but we are there to support levels of enhanced R&D. We're there to support financing opportunities through structures like the tax credits and like loan guarantees, but also the whole necessity, because it truly is a necessity for this partnering, and not just partnering within the industry, not just partnering within this country, but partnering more broadly, more globally, as we address what we know to be a global issue, a global problem. So I thank you for what you've shared with the committee. You've given us a lot to focus on as we kind of think through our initiatives here. So don't consider this input that you've provided today as just kind of a one-off, and then you go off and do your thing, and you don't have any more back and forth with us. The whole purpose of this is that we can continue to learn from you. So thank you for your expertise, and thank you for sharing it with the committee today. And with that, we stand adjourned.